Welcome back. We now join Tennyson Glasgow. He has all the sporting action.
In tonight's sports news, St. Lucia places fourth in US Open Series weightlifting. St. Lucia rugby off to Barbados World Sevens, and in domestic football, DX United into a nine-a-side finals. We lift off with weightlifting. St. Lucia's Jessica Jean placed fourth at the recently concluded American Open Series finals lands in Salt Lake City under the auspices of USA Weightlifting. Held 5th to the 8th of December at the Calvin Isle Rampton Salt Palace Convention Center, the competition brought together the best weightlifters in the United States. Jean, a native of Bexon in Castries, St. Lucia, moved to the USA from Canada, where she was first introduced to the sport of weightlifting. At the AO final, Jean weighed in at 53.30 kg, the lightest woman in the 55 kg class. 23-year-old also ended up as the youngest in the top given her category. She cleared 74 kg in the snatch event on her third and final attempt, and 97 kg in the clean and jerk on her second try. A successful lift on her third go when she vied for 100 kg clean and jerk would have put her into third place. In rugby news, the Rugby Barbados World Sevens marked the final international tournament for the St. Lucia Rugby Football Union for 2019. This prestigious international tournament will be held on the 13th and 14th December 2019 at the Kensington Oval, Barbados. The male team consists of Mario Chico, Oscar Gabriel, Jesse Francois, Neyman Lascaris, Dwayne Nathaniel, Kurt Phillip, Ron Eugene, Zavon Augustine, Vitus Japierre, Johan Ethan Phillip, and Jamael Phillip. The female team consists of the following: Electra Marcel, Kamika President, Mary Roberts, Marissa Wilfred, Genesis Alfred, Keisha Edgar, Jeremiah Everest, Mylene Grunberg, and Shawnette Saint-Gis. This will be the third year the St. Lucia Rugby Football Union will be competing in this tournament. Participation in this tournament will mark the culmination of the Union's 4-year strategic development plan. The Union's Ms. Chantel John will be one of the tournament officials. We move on to cricket. Pakistan enjoyed a good day with the ball as Test cricket returned to the country for the first time since 2009. Sri Lanka, who were the visitors when the terrorist attack led to the suspension of all international cricket in Pakistan, closed the opening day of the first Test in Rawalpindi on 202 for 5. This was a recovery for the tourists, who had lost 4 wickets for 31 runs in slipping to 127 for 4. Pakistan's bowling attack was led by 16-year-old Naseem Shah, who took 2 for 51. Further afield in football news with which we wrap up, Napoli have sacked Carlo Ancelotti less than 3 hours after he guided them into the Champions League knockout stages. The Serie A club had not won in 9 games in all competitions until Tuesday's 4-0 success at home to Genk. Ancelotti was in his second season in charge of Napoli, but they sit 7th in the league after that poor run. They are the only team to beat Liverpool in 90 minutes this season, defeating the Reds 2-0 in September. Meanwhile, holders Liverpool safely negotiated Tuesday's trip to Salzburg to take their place in the last 16 of this season's UEFA Champions League, winning 2-0. Chelsea are also through by beating Lille 2-1, but Ajax and Inter Milan are the big names to miss out after losing to their opponents Valencia and Barcelona. That's how we end tonight's sports news.